Okay, we'll start with the next content, that is of TCP by IP suite. What is TCP? That is Transmission Control Protocol. The IP stands for what? That is of Internet Protocol. IP stands for Internet Protocol. TCP is of Transmission Control Protocol, okay, or Transfer Control Protocol. What you have seen in OSI model, we have seen in OSI model there are 7 layers. In OSI model, there are 7 layers. Okay. And in this TCP model, this is a practical implementation. They have done this in TCP by IP suite. In this, we are using only 4 layers. We have converted the application layer and presentation layer and the session layer and this transport layer as a one layer. TCP by IP is of 4 layers. It consists of 4 layers. That is application layer, presentation layer, and session layer and transport layer will be converted to only one layer, that is of application layer. So all these layers will be working on the software part. All these 4 layers are working on the software part. So they have converted into the only one layer, that is of application layer. Second layer is network layer. Second layer is network layer, and the third layer is data link layer, and the fourth layer is physical layer. These are the 4 layers we are going to consider in this TCP by IP. Got it? 7 layers are present in OSI model and only 4 layers are present in TCP by IP. TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol or Transfer Control Protocol. Okay, IP stands for Internet Protocol. Transmission, if you merge these two, will get a better connectivity. If you merge these two, will get a better connectivity, that is of Transfer Control Protocol or Transmission Control Protocol, and IP, that is of Internet Protocol. We have already told you that only 4 layers are there in TCP by IP and 7 layers are there in OSI model. Okay, in OSI model, which are the 7 layers? Application layer, presentation layer, session layer, and transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and the physical layer. These are the 7 layers are in OSI model. We are taking that OSI model as a reference model, and we are seeing that TCP by IP, that is of only 4 layers. That is, one is of application layer. This application layer consists of all the 4: application, presentation, session, and transport. That is only one layer converted into one layer. All these layers are working on this SMTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, SNTP, RCP, TFTP, TCP, UDP. Transport layer is mainly working on this TCP or UDP. Network layer, it is working on the mainly on IP address, that is of Internet Protocol version 4 or Internet Protocol version 6. And the next is data link layer, and last is of physical layer. So it is uses the only 4 layers. One is of application layer, second is on transport layers, third one is of internet layer, and the last one is of link layer, that is of physical link layer. The internet uses TCP by IP protocol suite, also known as internet suite. This defines the internet model, which contains 4 layered architecture. The TCP by IP is of 4 layered architecture, and OSI model is of 7 layer architecture. Which are the 4 layers? Application layer, transport layer, internet layer, that is of network layer, or a data link or physical layer. Only 4 layers has been present in this TCP by IP. Application layer, I already told you, that is application layer is mainly working on the apps, which what we are going to search in the particular websites, that has to be working on this application layer. That is of emails, we're sending the emails over there, you are searching over there, that is you are searching something, the facebook.com, that immediately that will take that name as a DNS, that is reach to the DNS, that is domain name system. That domain name system, that is of DNS, is going to convert that into http.facebook.facebook.com. That function has to be done by this application layer. This layer defines the protocol which enables user to interact with the network, whatever we are going to search in a particular website, that is file transfer protocol. We are sending the emails. That is called as a file transfer protocol. HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, that is of HTTP. Whenever you are searching the website, the first word comes is of HTTP. HTTP:// something, that is we are just using on application layer. All the layers, that is of FTP, SMTP, short message transfer protocol, HTTP, DNS, all the website has been operated on application layer. And the transmission layer, this transport layer is working on mainly two protocols. One is of TCP, transmission control protocol, or UDP, that is of user datagram protocol. That is of one is transmission control protocol, and the second one is UDP, that is of user datagram protocol. It is, we are seeing in the diagram, that is transport is working on the two protocols, that is of transmission control protocol and UDP, that is user datagram protocol. What is the main functionality of transmission control protocol? Yesterday I explained you what is the functionality. It is a connection oriented protocol. Transmission control protocol has to establish a connected from one end of the user to the other end of the user, from one computer to the another computer, from one device to the another device. That the connectivity functionality that has to be maintained till the end of that functionality, till the end of the transfer of that data, that functionality has to be done by this TCP, transmission control protocol, that is of connection oriented. That has to be establish a connection between the computer to computers. That has to be done by this TCP. And one more point this TCP protocol has done is retransmission. Retransmission is nothing but if you are sending the data, if you are sending the segments, if you are sending the segment of 100, 100, 100 and 100, total 400 segments you are sending. Okay, 400 data you are sending. You are dividing that data into the segments, that is of 100, 100, 100, 100. The 300 data, that is 300 segments has been reached, but 100 segments has been lost in between. That has to be checked where the 100 segment has been lost. That has to be clarified. If it is lost, that has to be retransmit back to the particular receiver end. That functionality that has to be taken care by this TCP. Retransmission function has to be done by this TCP protocol. And next is point is non-real time. This TCP protocol is non-real time. It is not working on the real time. UDP is working on real time because whatever the live is going on, that is a real time system. It is a non-real time. Non-real time is nothing but whatever the data has been reached at the particular receiver, the sender has to wait till the acknowledgement has to be reached to the sender. The sender has to wait till it has to be reached. The acknowledgement has to be come from the receiver and it has to be wait. It is a non-real time function. It is a non-real time function. Next point for this TCP is slow in comparison with the UDP. Slow is nothing but for if there is a network is busy, if the path is not available while transmitting the data, so it takes a little bit delay to reach the particular destination. So as compared to UDP, whatever the live is going on, we are seeing the Facebook, we are chatting with the WhatsApp, you are seeing the videos, you are listening the audios, you are making the call to your friend. That is whatever is going on. It is at a time, immediately it is going to happen. That is live. It is low as compared to the UDP. And it is very reliable. It is very punctual. Reliable is nothing but what? It is very punctual. Whatever the data is there, those data has been reached to the particular destination. That has to be taken care by this TCP protocol. That has to be taken care by this TCP protocol. That is, it is very reliable. Reliable is nothing but it is very punctual. What is the function of UDP? UDP, whatever the live is going on, I already told you that is of UDP functionality. Next data is internet layer. Internet layer is nothing but your network layer. This internet layer or the network layer is working mainly on the IP address. that is of internet protocol. IP stands for internet protocol. What is this internet protocol is good doing? It is going to add the sender and the receiver addresses. The sender, who is the to and from, it is going to add the to and from. Sender is the to and the receiver is from. Okay, so we have to send the particular data from this end to the another end. So that has to be recognized by this IP, and it is going to mention the particular address, which PC is having which IP address. If there are number of 100 computers are in their practical labs, individual PCs, individual computers are using their individual IP address. So individual IP address has been allocated by this internet layer or the network layer. And this internet layer is also working on the routing. Routing is nothing but which path it has to carry, in which route the data has been sent. So that decision has to be taken care by this internet layer. That decision has been taken care by this internet layer or the network layer. The last is physical layer or the physical layer. It requires a medium. Through the medium, whatever the bits are there, that has to be carried. That has to be carried. Means what? We are converting the one layer into four layers. Application layer, presentation layer, session layer. We are converting all these layers into one layer, that is our application layer. Second is transport layer. In this transport layer, we are using the two protocols. That is of TCP or UDP protocol. The next is of network layer. This network layer is mainly operated on the IP address, that is of internet protocol version 4 or internet protocol version 6. These are the two IP addresses we are using, that is IPv4 or IPv6. And last is link layer. The link layer is physical link layer. This physical link layer is going to carry the particular bits at the receiver end. So application layer, it is working on the data. Transport layer, that data has been converted into the segments. And the internet layer or the network layer, that conversion of segments into the packets, and that's packets into the frames and frames into the bits. This is what the working functionality of this TCP by IP protocol. And some of the issues are there in this TCP by IP protocol, that is network issues. Which are the network issues? The one is addressing, second is name resolution, third is routing, third one is error detection and correction, and interoperability. These are four network issues we are seeing in this TCP by IP. That is addressing is what? Nothing but what? We are going to allow the particular address PCs to access the network. And routing, which path we have to send that particular data, that has to be recognized, that has to be identified, this routing. Next, name resolution. Name resolution is nothing but you are typing in the website something, the facebook.com, that immediately that connect to the DNS protocol, that is of domain name system. Domain name system, DNS. Domain name system is going to convert that particular name into the particular website. That has to be done by DNS protocol. And one more issue is error detection and correction. Where the error is there, that has to be detected and that has to be corrected and received at the particular receiver. And these are some of the network issues has to be carried out in this TCP by IP protocol. In this TCP by IP protocols, we are using some of the applications. Yes, you have to remember these points. These are day-to-day life we are using in the websites. HTTP. What is HTTP stands for? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol, that is stands for HTTP. SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. SNMP stands for Simple Network Management Protocol. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. DNS, Domain Name System Protocol. Telnet, Terminal Network. Telnet, Terminal Network. FTP, File Transfer Protocol. You have to remember this, very, very important websites we are using in the applications layer. The HTTP, what it is going to do the particular of the work for HTTP? HTTP will do, this protocol allows us to access the data over the worldwide. You are typing something, you are getting that data in front of you immediately with a changing the name HTTP dot something is dot 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 with IP address 168.122.10.0.1. So whatever you are typing in the websites, immediately that website is going to take the HTTP colon slash. So whatever you are typing, that is to be whole word, it has to be accessed. It transfers the data in the form of plain text, audio or video. Something you are typing, if it is typing the PDF files, if you are typing the Word file, anything if you want to access, you can access easily by using this HTTP protocol. If you want to see the audios, that is also. If you want to see any videos in the YouTubes, that is also working. It is known as a hypertext transfer protocol. It is at efficiency to use the hypertext environment where there are rapid jumps from one documents to the another documents. Once you type something over in the website, you will get many numbers of data in front of you. You can click on that particular document, you will get document from many documents. So this is the working principle of HTTP, hypertext transport protocol. This hypertext transport protocol is going to present in the text, or it is going to present in the audio, and it is going to present in the video also. SNMP, what is SNMP stands for? Simple Network Management Protocol. Simple Network Management Protocol. What is the function of Simple Network Management Protocol? It is a framework used for managing the devices on the internet by using TCP by IP protocol. Means what? It has to be done by the framework in the internet, managing the devices. TCP IP, transmission control protocol, or internet protocol. Simple networking function has to be done. Which IP address, which computer is having which IP address, and which transmission control protocol has connection oriented. It is a transmission control protocol is a retransmission. It is slow as compared to the UDP. That is functionality has to be done by this simple network management. All the management has to be taken care by this TCP by IP. It is comes under the layer transport layer. Management, you have to do the management of this. If there is no network, you have to get the network from this, and you have to tell the particular network which path you have to go, which route you have to go. That has to be managed by this SNMP. Next is of SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. Simple mail transfer protocol, you are using in the network layer using the TCP by IP. You can support this simple mail transfer protocol. If you want to send any mail to your friend, or if you want to send a mail to the many number of users, you can create one mail ID and you can send the common mail ID for all a particular user. So you can send at a time, you can send to the many number of users. So this protocol is used to send the data to another email addresses. You can store also, and you can forward that mail to the another person also. So this functionality, this operation has to be done by this SMTP. DNS, domain name system. This domain name system is mainly operated on the IP address. It is going to identify which connection has to be used. The host is using which connection. The person is using the Google Meet, the person is using the Zoom, the person is searching something in the website. Immediately that information has been reached to the domain name system. And this domain name system is going to convert that into the IP address. You have typed the facebook.com or skype.com or whatsapp.com. So you are typing the text. That text has been converted into the IP address, means 192.168.162.and 01. So this has to be converted. Domain name system is going to convert that name into the IP address. That functionality has to be done by this domain name system, that is of DNS facility. Telnet, that is a terminal network. Terminal network, that this network is mainly operated on the local computer to the remote computers. Means what? You are using, you are chatting in the Facebook by sitting in Pandharpur, and one more person is sitting in the Solapur. So you are chatting, the live is going on. So Telnet is going to operate it on the terminal network, local to the remote computers. In this way, the total local terminal appears to be terminated at the more remote system. There is should be a connection. It is going to establish a connection between the multiple number of computers. It is going to establish a connection between the multiple number of computers, that has to be taken care by this telnet. This telnet has been operated by the terminal network. This terminal network is going to establish the connection between the local computer or the remote computers who is present at the far away from us. That is a function of telnet. What is FTP? The FTP stands for file transfer protocol. File transfer protocols, we are sending the files from one computer to another computer. How we are sending the files from LAN cables. You are getting the files. You are getting the files in your pen drive, and that pen drive can connect to the another computer. That file has been reached to the another computer also. So files has been sending from one computer to the another computer. The file has been removed, getting, and it has to be transferred to the another computer. That has to be taken care by this FTP. The file FTP stands for the file transfer protocol. The FTP is an internet protocol used for transferring the files from one computer to the another computer. This is what the main functionality of FTP. Next, the point is OSI versus TCP by IP. OSI, that is Open System Interconnect. Again, I am telling you, the OSI stands for Open System Interconnect versus TCP by IP, that is Transmission Control Protocol with respect to the Internet Protocol. See how this OSI model has been converted into TSI model. Whatever the points we have studied in OSI model, we can write the same points in the TCP by IP model also. The application layer is we are using the host-to-host control, that is of network layer, that is of transport layer. The internet layer comes under network layer, and last layer one, that is comes under data link layer with respect to physical layer, that is of network interfaces. Getting the point? Whatever the points are there, whatever the points we have studied in OSI model, same points has to be covered in TCP by IP. In application layer, what we are using, which apps we are using, FTP we are using, file transfer protocol, simple message transfer protocol, telnet you are using, SNTP, SNMP. Many of the files, many of the protocols we are using in application. Second, by using that application layer, we are going to present that particular data in which format we are going to present. That has to be taken care by this presentation layer in the form of Word, in the form of PDF, in the form of MP3, in the form of audio, in the form of video. That has to be present. In which language we are going to present, that has to be taken care by this presentation. Session layer, that is a confirmation, has to be taken care. The connection oriented has to be taken care by this session layer. All these three layers has been converted to one layer, that is of application in TCP by IP. Next, transport layer. In this transport layer, it is working mainly on the TCP or UDP, that is from host to host. From sender to receiver connection has to be established, that is sender and receiver connection has to be maintained till the end of that connection, till the data has been reached to the particular receiver. So that has to be taken care by this transport layer. That transport layer will be layer 3 in TCP by IP. You can use the same name also, or you can give the one more other name, that is of host to host. Network layer, that is internet layer, we are calling as TCP by IP. This network layer is mainly operated on the internet protocol. Internet protocol, that is IPv4 and IPv6. IPv4, that is IP Internet Protocol version 4, and Internet Protocol version 6. What is the main functionality of this IP? It is going to address the particular IP address to the individual person, individual PCs, individual tablet, individual laptops. So this is what the IP is going to address the individual person that is working individually, that is going to take care by this network layer, that is comes in layer 2. And the last layer is physical layer. The combination of this data link and the physical will have the network interface, that is of layer 1. Layer 1 is the combined layers of OSI model, that is data link and physical. Layer 2, that is internet layer, that is network layer. Layer 3 is host to host, that is comes under transport. And the layer 4 is application layer. Application layer includes application, presentation and session. This application layer is mainly operated on ASCII application specific coded integrations. So this is what we are seeing, the OSI versus TCP by IP. Got it? Only 4 layers are there in TCP by IP model. Total 7 layers are there in OSI model. Remember this. Total 7 layers in OSI model, 4 layers in TCP by IP model. Next, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Okay, this is very, very important. OSI versus TCP by IP. Give the difference between, write a difference between OSI model versus TCP by IP model. OSI represent what? Open system interconnection. TCP, transmission control protocol or internet protocol. The full form of this OSI is open system interconnection, TCP by IP, transmission control protocol or internet protocol. OSI is a generic protocol independent standard. It is acting as an interaction gateway between the network and the final user. I already told you there are 7 layers are there, from application layer to the physical layer. And one at the sender and one at the receiver end. So till the reach of that particular receiver end data, that has to be taken care by this OSI layer. And TCP by IP model depends on standard protocols about which computer network has created. Connection has to be established, and which computer is having which IP address, and which TCP is going to host that particular computer, particular internet, that has to be taken care by this TCP by IP model. This OSI model was developed first, then protocols were created to fit the network architectures needs. It is OSI model is developed in the year 1984. After this OSI model will be act as a reference model, not a practical model. The OSI model will be act as a reference model for this OSI model. The protocols were created first, then built in the TCP by IP model. Okay, TCP by IP model is main important for this, and the OSI model will be used as a reference model. It provides quality services. It does not provide quality services. How it is? It is acting as a OSI model, the reference model. So it is going to provide a quality services. How it is going to provide quality services? Nothing but individual layer is going to do that individual function, so that whatever the task is assigned to the individual layer, that task has been completed in time. That has to be taken care by this OSI. We are going to merge all the layers into the one layer. So a little bit disturbance will be happens. We can't get any data in time. So it is not that provide a quality services in TCP by IP. The OSI model defines administration interfaces and conventions. It describes clearly which layer provides services. So which layer? Application layer is working on this apps. Presentation layer is going to present that particular data. Session layer has to be done by the connection oriented. Transport layer has to decide, and it has to be converted that data into segments. Next, network layer has to be assigned that particular to and from where it has to be reached. Data link layer, that has to be converted into frames. Last, physical layer has to be converted those frames into the bits. It does not mention the any services, interfaces and protocols. It's already defined. So those defined services has to be getting the TCP by IP. The protocol of the OSI model are better unseen and can be written with another appropriate protocol quickly. In this TCP by IP, no hidden is there. We cannot fit a new protocol stack in it. So already we are merging the 3 layers into the 1 layer. 3 layers into the 1 layer in TCP IP. So there is not hidden. We cannot fit a new protocol. So already those protocols has been hidden is there. We are merging the 3 layers into 1 layer. So there is no cannot fit the new protocol into TCP by IP. It is difficult as distinguished to TCP by IP. It is simpler than OSI model. Why it is simpler? We are converting the 3 layers into the 1 layer. So it is simpler than the OSI model. It provides both connection and connectionless oriented transmission in the network layer. However, only connection oriented transmission in the transport layer. Only we can use in the network layer, that is software part, we can use the connection or connection oriented transmission. At the time, once it comes to the transport layer, how we are going to transport, we can use a connection oriented, that is physical medium is required while transferring any data in the transport layer. It provides connection-less transmission in the network layer and support connecting and connection-less oriented transport in the transport layer. One advantage for using this TCP by IP is nothing but we are using the both the connection and connection-less oriented protocols in this. So in the transport layer, this is what one of the advantage of this TCP by IP. It is going to provide the connection and connection-less oriented. Connection and connectionless oriented in the transport layer. This is one of the advantage. It uses an horizontal approach. It uses a vertical approach. Horizontal approach and vertical approach means you are dividing, we are merging some of the layers over in the TCP by IP. In the OSI model, we are using the total 7 layers. The smaller size of the OSI header is 5 bytes. The smaller size of the TCP by IP header is of 20 bytes. So the TCP by IP is more version. So it is having IPv6. Whatever you are the newest technologies using, that is TCP by IP is using. The header consists of 20 bytes. In this OSI model, the header consists of 5 bytes. The protocols are unknown in the OSI model and it is are written while the technology modifies. Once you goes on modify the technology, the OSI model is act as a reference model list. In TCP by IP, returning protocols is not that much difficult. Why? Because we are merging the 3 layers. We are merging the 3 layers into the 1 layer. That is what the difference between the OSI and TCP by IP. This is what the functionality. This is what we have seen, the TCP by IP. Just a minute.